I want to bring back Sean Spicer of the Republican Committee. Sean, you saw that Washington Post ABC News poll. It paints a pretty bad picture for the Republican Party. Trump right now, assuming he's the nominee, right now he has a 67% overall unfavorable rating. But take a look at the unfavorable rating he has among some key groups that Republican strategists had hoped to improve on since the loss in 2012. White women, 68% unfavorable. White college grads, 74% unfavorable. Young people, 18 to 34, 80% unfavorable. Hispanics, 85% unfavorable. African Americans, 80% unfavorable. The Washington Post, in reporting these numbers, they concluded with this ominous sentence that GOP autopsy into what went wrong in 2012 has been torn to shreds and scattered to the winds from the top of Trump Tower. Is it as bad as all of that?
Well, first of all, elections are won state by state in the Electoral College. When you look at that, I think we're doing very well. We're very competitive. Again, and I think that, looking at it myopically, it tells a really interesting story. But when you factor in the fact that Hillary Clinton, their likely nominee, if she's able to become that, I think is something to write home about. Her negatives are unbelievable. Her own base has a problem with her. If you look at where it is right now, Bernie Sanders is winning young women from Hillary Clinton, who wants to be the champion of women. There's a lot of groups that Hillary Clinton has major problems on. I think we at the RNC have spent our time reaching out, working with minority groups, building out coalitions in key states, in key battlegrounds, so that when this election turns from a primary to a general, we're going to be well equipped to hand our nominee the resources they need to grow their majority into a winning strategy for November.
But these numbers involving the Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump right now, they're pretty bad, you got to admit.
So, folks, thank you. Well, obviously, I'd love better numbers for all of our guys, but I think, again, they're focused on their primary. They're focused on trying to win. They're in a very competitive race right now. But I'm confident with the work that we've done over the last 4 years. Chairman Priebus, as you know, in that Growth and Opportunity Project, has made reaching out to groups that we haven't done well in the past a top priority, both in terms of our data with those groups and our outreach. 2014 showed that we did very well and that we were well on the way. I think when we partner with that nominee and provide the resources that the chairman has built up through the building and out in the state over the last 4 years, we're going to have what it takes to build a winning coalition. I'm confident of it.
Trump had a bad week, I think it's fair to say, by all accounts. As you know, his campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski, was charged with simple battery. Trump had some awkward comments about punishing women who have abortions. He later revised his position, changed it. He said he's interested in Japan and South Korea getting nuclear weapons, perhaps, to deal with the North Korean nuclear threat. How does this affect the overall Republican Party and its ideals?
Well, I think at this phase, when we're in a primary, each of these candidates is trying to do what they need to do in representing themselves. As we go into a general election, that's when we at the RNC will continue to work with them to talk about issues and tone and things that are going to help us win in November. But at this point, it's up to each of these candidates to do what they have to do to win the primary.
And then we'll see what happens out of Cleveland at that Republican convention. Sean, you're going to have your hands full, I am sure. Thanks very much for joining us.
You bet. Well, have a great weekend.
Sean Spicer is the Chief Strategist Communications Director at the RNC.